Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of my FM21 save with Ajax. We have a lot to get through, so I'm gonna start right away by showing you guys the transfers that have happened in the January transfer window. And starting with the outs, if you look at this, the first one hurt the most already as well. Davy Klaas has moved on to PSV. We sold him for 18 million, so we made a profit on him. But that's not the most important thing. We lost a real team leader and someone that was homegrown at the club. But he wasn't getting regular football and he was getting angry about it as well. And he wanted to leave, and he kept telling me that he wanted to leave. And he got really angry, basically. So I decided to let him go because we did have a lot of players in his position already. The only thing we needed to fill up was that homegrown spot, but I think we've done that pretty well. But we'll get to that in just a second. After Davy Klaassen has left to PSV, we had loaned out Kikpiri to Lille in the French Ligue 1. So he's gonna get a lot of game time there. Hopefully, as you can see, he's played a couple of games in the Ligue 1 and in the French Cup as well. After this, we sold Quincy Promes to Beijing for 16.5 million. Could go up to 21.5 million. He's earning a lot more now over there. Once again, just like Davy Klaas, we have a lot of players that were either better than him in his position or good enough to be a backup instead of him. The only thing we had to replace was his homegrown status. Again, we'll get to that in just a second. So moving on to, he was only homegrown in nation, by the way. He wasn't homegrown at the club, so that was the good thing. We then sold Nordin Musampa to Go Ahead Eagles for 25k, nothing too special. We loaned out Shaheen van Bohemen to Excelsior. We sold Steven van der Sloot to Venlo for 33.5k, and we then sold Mario Mandzukic for 1.2 million. I think we bought him for 1.5, 1.4. So we made a little bit of a loss on him. But yeah, just, he wasn't really worth it. You always have those transfers that you look back at and you think, why in the world did I do that? Well, he is one of them. I mean, he was a big name coming in, don't get me wrong, but he just wasn't good enough, and he was actually too old as well. So we sold him on back to England. He was happy with it. We were happy with the money that came in from him. So a good transfer all in all. So let's take a look at the ins. So the first player being Rodolphe Dupont, a 16-year-old Belgian goalkeeper. Not going to show this page for too long. He's 193. If you want to see his attributes, take a closer look, then feel free to pause the video and we'll move on to the next one. And the next one is Julien Mounier, another Belgian, this time a left winger. The same goes for him. If you want to take a closer look, feel free to pause the video. And we move on to Luis Peña, a Portuguese right winger this time. Already 2 under-21 caps and 1 under-21 goal, and he's only 16. So I'm thinking that he's got a lot of potential as well. So he is really a player to look forward to in the future. After him came in Miguel Salvador, a 16-year-old Portuguese again. Yassine Saib, a French 16-year-old, another right winger. Gonçalo Martins, a 16-year-old Portuguese left back. For some reason he's going down in his attributes, but he's got a lot of potential as well, so he's gonna get better in the future. Moving on to Dino Kellegin, the player with the best first name possible. A lot of potential, 16-year-old Italian center back. We then had a Quentin Urquade, another Belgian, another 16-year-old left winger as well. Moving on to Seifa Özdemir, a 16-year-old German left back. Then came Jellert de Jonge, another Belgian, this time a defensive mid, but can also play at center mid and as right back. And then we have 3 transfers left, this being the first one, Mitchell Bakker from PSG. Of course, he is homegrown at the club, and that's exactly what we were looking for. He's homegrown at Ajax. We got him in for only 1.5 million euros. I think that's a steal for a player of his quality. I mean, he's already very good, and he's got potential as well. So, yeah, very happy to only have paid 1.5 million euros for him. So we've got 2 more transfers. The first one is one that we signed in the beta save as well. As I just mentioned a couple of times, we needed to fill up those homegrown player spots. So Justin Kluivert was a no-brainer. I mean, he's only 22 years old. He wasn't too expensive. As you can see, we paid 20 million, and a lot of that is over 3 years, and his value is already higher than that. He has come off the bench 3 times or 4, scored twice, and an assist as well. So yeah, all in all, pretty happy with his transfer so far. Moving on to the last player, and that is Kasper Dolberg, also homegrown at Ajax. He played a huge part in our success to the 2017 Europa League final, and hopefully he can do the same for us right here in the Champions League. He has already played in total 4 games in the Eredivisie and 1 in the Dutch Cup, scored 3 goals and an assist. So again, very happy with his transfer so far. Hopefully he will become even better, and he'll do even better for us. A quick look at the schedule. Those were all the transfers. So last time we met was this game against Man United, and you've already seen the 4-0 win over Feyenoord. So you can see a lot of green dots here. We beat PSV 5-3 in the cup, a 3-0 win over Groningen, a 1-0 win over Willem II. A win on penalties against Roda in the Dutch Cup 3rd round. Then beat Twente 4-2, NAC Breda 5-2, Utrecht 2-0, a 0-0 draw with Fortuna Sittard, which was disappointing, but then came straight back with a 3-1 win in the Cup over Groningen, an 8-1 win over RKC, and a 4-1 win over Vitesse. And in this game against RKC, we gave Jeppe Kjær a chance in the starting 11, and he scored 2, and we gave him the penalty as well, but he missed that, otherwise he would have had a hat-trick already. But still, a brace in one of his first games for the club at only 17 years old, so a very promising game from him. So, right now, I've been recording for already 8 minutes and we haven't played a single game. So right now we are in first in the league, 4 points above AZ, and we're moving on to our first knockout round against Internazionale. Of course, they are still in first in the Serie A. Let's see, they are 4 points above number 2, just like we are, but their number 2 is a little bit of higher quality than AZ is. It's AC Milan and then Juventus as well. And we are 4 points above AZ and 15 points above PSV. So that's the difference between us two. But let's just see what we can do against them. I mean, it's going to be very tough, of course. These are the 11 men to start for us. It's gonna be Onana, Dumfries, Verissimo, Luperto, Maya, Çalhanoğlu, Gravenberch, Anthony, Asensio, Traoré, and Tadic, and then these men on the bench as well. So as I said, it is gonna be a very tough game, both the home leg and the away leg. We're playing at home first. I prefer playing the away leg first, but you know, that's all a mental game. What matters most is what happens on the pitch. And I am hoping that we can do something out there to cause an upset. I would call it an upset if we were to win here. I mean, they are in first place in the Serie A, which is a better league, arguably, than the Eredivisie is. So, the match is underway. Let's see what we can do against the league leaders in Italy. And also, they did win the league last season as well, I believe. So, a very tough ask for us indeed. I also saw that Club Brugge is still in the tournament, so that might have been an easier draw for us, but I think they finished in second in their group, just like we did, so we could not have been drawn against them. I mean, I would much rather have had to play Club Brugge here than Internazionale. No disrespect to Club Brugge, but I think the difference in quality between those two clubs is quite remarkable. But we do have the ball here, Asensio, but he ends his dribble with a very poor shot. So it's still 0-0 after 10 minutes. I think the game's pretty even until now. Inter have more of the ball, and now they do have one more shot as well, but they do also have a yellow card. Gravenberch is injured, picked up a slight knock, maybe we'll sub him off for Kudus, and we had a big chance right there, but the header went over the goal So still 0-0, 30 minutes gone already. I think we do have to win this home game if we want to stand a chance of progressing to the next round of the Champions League. It's going to be very tough, but I hope we can manage to do so. Antony with another good chance, but this time is just wide of the post. Brozovic is there, one player with the yellow card, and now Thiago Maia with a yellow card for us as well. So we might have to sub him off somewhere in the second half. I think we're going to sub off Gravenberg right now. Let's tell the player that we have faith in them. Of course we do. We have so much faith in the players. Otherwise, I would not have put them in the starting 11. We do have the ball here again in the second half. Thiago Maia puts it in front of the goal. Gets it straight back though. Can he put it in another cross? He does so, and Traoré has it just over the goal. I am going to sub him off for Frimpong because he is on a yellow card, and I do not want a player sent off in this game. We cannot afford to have a player sent off. Tadic now with the ball, but Handanovic with a big save for Inter. I think that was our biggest chance so far in this game, and we get the corner kick, but that doesn't lead to anything. So 15 minutes gone, 5 minutes into the second half, and it's still 0-0. And let's see what the second half will bring to us. Let's sub off Tadic for Dolberg, because he has been playing pretty well off the bench, and finish the game off with these 11 players on the pitch. At least we hope so, that nobody gets injured or gets a red card. Inter now with a free kick. Guerrero puts it in, but it's headed away. And now we can get a counter here. Traoré to Asensio. Asensio, and it's 1-0. Marco Asensio with his 22nd goal of the season. 73 minutes played, and we're up against Inter at home. So that's a very good position to be in. If it ends like this, at least for the second leg, then Inter needs to beat us in that second leg in Milan, of course. But they might get a chance here to equalize already. Chamberlain to Barella, but it's blocked and again blocked and works away. Dolberg now picks it up. A lot of space on the left side, but he tries to go for it himself. Traoré, and it's 2-0. Dolberg gives the ball to Lassina Traoré, and he puts it into the goal beautifully. I can't even speak normally anymore. I'm so excited. We're up by 2 goals with only 5 minutes to go. We have to be very, very patient here. We cannot afford to concede a goal right now. That would hurt us a lot. Chamberlain with the ball here, and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain with the goal, the 2-1. I mean, we're still leading. I say that with a couple of minutes to go, they might still equalize it, as Dolberg gets a big chance, but Handanovic with a big save to match it, and Inter with a corner kick. We head it away, but Brozovic picks it up, and they bring it back in. Luckily, it's headed away again. Antony now with the ball. A 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper, and what a beautiful goal that was. Antony, 3-1. I did not expect this before the game, and I definitely didn't expect this at halftime. I thought it was either going to be a draw or that Inter were going to nick it right at the end. But we're up by 3-1. Guerrero now with the ball again in our box. But we head it away again. Could we go for a fourth maybe? That would be huge. Asensio to Dolberg. Dolberg chips it over the goalkeeper. Kasper Dolberg back for his second spell at the club. And that goal might be so important for us. And it's 4-1, 1 minute before the end of the match. Hopefully we can keep this 3-goal lead into the second leg, but we do have to hold on for the final minute here. Atal with the ball, but he misses the goal. And now we just take your time, Onana. Don't make a mistake here, guys. It's the final seconds of the game. Please blow your whistle, ref. This game is done for. Blow your whistle, ref, please. Oxlade-Chamberlain with the ball again. They've put up Stefan de Vrij at striker, who is of course the Dutch centre back, but they thought they needed to use another striker to help them get another goal here. Doesn't look like it's gonna happen. Frimpong now with the ball, loses it. That's gonna be it. I hope that's gonna be it. Can we take the throw in? We can. Frimpong throws it, gets headed away, and Eriksen might set up another chance for Inter. No, he may not, because the referee blows his final whistle. And it ends in 4 goals for Ajax and 1 goal for Internazionale, the league leaders of the Serie A. And we take this 3-goal lead into the second leg in Milan. in a couple of weeks' time, which you will see in just a second. And we are back for the second leg against Inter, and there were a couple of games in between, so let's check them out real quickly. Of course, last game was here, the 4-1 win. After that, we beat Go Ahead Eagles away from home 6-2, 4 goals from Dolberg. And then we beat Fortuna Sittard in the Dutch Cup semi-final 4-0, so we made it to the Dutch Cup final. And then we beat ADO 4-0 as well. And then we lost to PSV away from home 3-0, which we just can't seem to win. But the good thing is that we did reach the Dutch Cup final last season. Last season we got knocked out of the second round already. So this is the first time this save that we reached the final. I know that last in the beta save that we did win it, and of course reached the semi-finals of the Europa League, and we won the league in the first year, all of that in the first season. But we are now in the first knockout round of the Champions League with a good result in the first leg, and we're playing the Dutch Cup final against Feyenoord in a couple of weeks' time. So it's an important couple of weeks. Months even, because after that our penultimate game is against AZ, and we are now in first. AZ is in second with only 1 point behind us because we lost that game to PSV. We can only finish first, second or third, so that's a positive. With 6 games to go, I imagine that after 1 or 2 more games that PSV cannot catch up with us either. So it's just down to us and AZ for the last 4 or 5 games. And with that game against each other just before the end of the season, that's going to be a very, very important one. But first, Inter away. Here we go. Onana, Frimpong, Alvarez, Verissimo, Blind, Çalhanoğlu, Gravenberg, Anthony, Asensio, Traoré and Tadic. The first 11 for this game in Milan, in Stadio Giuseppe Meazza, of course. And let's get right into it. I'm very excited, and as I've mentioned so often before, whenever I get so excited for a game like this, I also get so scared of us not winning it. I accidentally told the boys that I expect them to win tonight. I don't expect them to win. I just expect them to the least they can do is lose with less than 3 goal difference. So what it leads to is us making it through to the next round. And we still have AZ in the Europa League, as well as Lukaku tries to chip Onana there, but Onana was aware of that and he saved it. But yeah, AZ is playing in the Europa League one day after this, and they're actually playing AC Milan. So the 2 Dutch clubs could knock out the 2 clubs from Milan in just over a week's time, which could be very interesting. But on the other hand, the 2 clubs from Milan could knock out all the Dutch clubs just like that. Let's hope they don't. Let's hope that at least we can go through, as Çalhanoğlu goes for goal, but a good save by Handanovic. And still 0-0 after 25 minutes, which would be enough for us. It wouldn't be good enough for Inter, but I'm happy with that. We only have 2 shots, 0 on goal. Well, there's our first shot on goal, but it's not going that well. Even though we do, on aggregate, still have the lead as Inter take the corner, which Onana saves. We do still have the lead on aggregate, but this match is not going to plan at all. As Lukaku going in on goal again, Alvarez should have taken the ball off of him, and Guerrero with the shot, but he misses the goal completely. It wasn't a big gap between the ball and the goal, but the gap was enough. And there is already the halftime whistle, and it's still 0-0, and I'm actually pretty happy with that. Yeah, I mean, I'm very happy with that. Man United are leading against Leipzig, so they would go through. Chelsea and Liverpool are through as well, so a lot of English clubs still in there. I think Chelsea knocked out Hertha BSC from Germany, and Liverpool knocked out Atletico, as Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain makes it 1-0 for Inter in the 51st minute. So they only need 2 more goals to knock us out. So let's stay solid defensively. I think that's the most important thing and the best thing we can do for this match. As it looks like we're not going to score. But, I mean, I can talk all game like this. It's already 67th minute as Hakimi takes the throw in. And Barella ends up with the ball. Plays it to Eriksen. Lukaku now Barella again, Hakimi, but Blind with a good tackle. Gets rid of the ball to Tadic. Tadic plays in Traore. Traore could put in a cross, but Hakimi heads it away. And now Sanchez, who is still at Inter, and Lukaku scores it. Alright, so 2-0, 68th minute. This could go horribly wrong for us. So what can we do? What can we do here? We could go very defensively, but we haven't done that once this season, so I'm scared that that's gonna go wrong. So what we're gonna do is we are gonna make a few substitutions. I think that is necessary. And let's see where we go from there. I mean, still only 23 minutes to go, but now Inter only need 1 goal. So let's berate the players as well. And if we score 1 goal here, then Inter would need 3. So that's probably what we're looking for here. Jeremy Frimpong is tired as well. Asensio is tired. Anthony is very tired. Blind is playing very poorly. Only 5 minutes left, but if they score 1 goal here, it's done for. What can we do? Is it going to be replacing a tired player or replacing a player that is playing very poorly like Daily Blind is? I think that's going to be the case here. Let's put in Thierry Correa. And let's hope that we can hold on for those final few minutes here. Let's talk to the boys one more time. Let's berate them again because that seemed to work to put us defensively more solid. No, they got a free kick here 3 minutes before the end of the game. And Lukaku scored it, but it's disallowed. It's disallowed. I thought surely they had knocked us out right there with the header from Lukaku, but it's disallowed because he was offside. And that's the end of the game, and we're through to the next round. We knocked out Inter. I mean, we played very poorly as the entire team, but it was just good enough to lose only 2-0. I'm not happy with how that went. How can I tell the boys that I'm happy with how that game went? We lost 2-0. But it's just enough to get us through to the next round. And as Man United go through on away goals as well, instead of Red Bull Leipzig, so that's the 3rd English club in there. We get 9.5 million euros as well. So I'm going to see you guys in just a second for the draw of the semi-finals and the quarterfinals, of course, first. And here we are, the Champions League draws for the quarterfinals and the semi-finals. So let's see who we're going to get in the quarterfinals. These are the 8 teams still in the cup. It's Chelsea, Man City, Liverpool, Man United. So 4 English clubs still in there. Barca and Real Madrid and Borussia Dortmund. So I think the most favorable draw would be Dortmund, but I could be very wrong. At least not Man United. Man United get Liverpool. All right, so let's give Man City to Chelsea. Borussia Dortmund. All right, let this be us. It's Chelsea against Dortmund. Real Madrid against us. So we get Real Madrid in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. They are in first in La Liga as well. 3 points above Atletico, 10 points above Barca, so we might as well have drawn Barca. That could have possibly been a little bit of a better draw. And then, of course, Man City against Barcelona. And then the semi-final draw. So if we beat Real Madrid, which is going to be very tough, we'll get Manchester City or Barcelona. Barcelona, as we just saw, 3rd in La Liga. Manchester City in 2nd in the Premier League, just behind Liverpool. Tottenham in 3rd, Man United in 4th, and Chelsea in 5th. So would have probably liked to get Chelsea there. And of course the other semi-final is either Man United or Liverpool versus Dortmund or Chelsea. So it could actually still be an all-English final, just like it was a couple of years ago. Well, in real life only 2 years ago, but in game, of course, 3 years ago. Could be an all-English final and could actually be 3 English clubs in the semi-finals as well. So that's where we're gonna leave it today. Of course, the next episode is gonna be the double live come against Real Madrid for the Champions League quarterfinals. And I'm very excited for it. It's going to be very hard, but I hope you're just as excited as I am. If you are, please leave a like and subscribe as well if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys for that quarterfinal very soon. Bye bye.